What's up, everyone? I hope you're having a fantastic day. Today we're going to be talking about one of my favorite projects, one of the biggest things in the ecosystem, and that's Polkadot. Polkadot is coming out with some of the most impressive technology in the cryptocurrency ecosystem, and as their system grows, more and more developers are going to be looking to build their platforms on Polkadot. Polkadot is an ecosystem where multiple blockchains can communicate together seamlessly, and they can even share transactions and share security as well. So who is the Polkadot team? When did the project start? And what are they all about? Let's find out. So the Genesis block of the main relay chain was released in May 2020. So it's still a pretty recent project, but many parachains have grown off of that chain already. So Polkadot is a project being developed by Parity Technologies. With Polkadot, Parity is trying to build the foundation of the Web 3.0 ecosystem. And the Web 3 Foundation is a Swiss foundation trying to build the most decentralized Web 3.0 platform out there. So the Polkadot team seems very strong. It's got some very foundational members of the cryptocurrency ecosystem. We can see Dr. Gavin Wood, one of the leaders of the Polkadot project, was actually on the Ethereum project before switching over to Polkadot. One of the best things about Polkadot is that it embraces the less trust, more truth model of cryptocurrency as a whole. Polkadot is truly interoperable. It allows bridges to other blockchains to run on its parachains, and it also allows native blockchains to run on its parachains. All of these parachains can communicate together, and they can communicate to the main Polkadot relay chain. So in the Polkadot ecosystem, basically you have the relay chain, you have parachains, and then you have bridges that work on the parachains to connect to other ecosystems. These bridges act on a trustless system so that no one can tamper with the information that's sent between us. If I have a hash key and you also have that same hash key, then the third-party bridge can't interact with our data without changing our hash key or invalidating our hash key. These bridges allow us to connect to other ecosystems, even other coins such as Bitcoin and Ethereum. On top of that, Polkadot uses many validators to increase transaction rate. Polkadot claims to be able to do 1 million transactions per second, which is pretty amazing. Then we also have the currency of Polkadot, the DOT. The DOT can be used for 3 different things. It can be used for bonding, staking, and governance, which we'll talk about later. So back in the day when the internet was a baby, we had all these different networks that could communicate with themselves, but not with each other. We had things like ARPANET and other networks, and eventually they all came together into the worldwide network. So that sets us up to ask, what kind of blockchain technology is going to set up the next internet to be interconnected and interoperable? And so that's the issue that Polkadot is trying to solve. Polkadot doesn't just try to be an interoperable network, it also tries to solve the issue of blockchains not being able to update properly, the security issue of smaller blockchains, the governance issue that a blockchain can have. When a blockchain has a very small team and the community isn't able to make changes to that blockchain, it can be a very big issue. And of course the development time, because blockchains actually take a lot of time to develop, and when you're just trying to make small changes to a pre-existing blockchain, it can be very hard to do that, whereas Polkadot has its own framework called the Substrate framework, which Polkadot is actually built on. And because of some of the functions of Substrate, Polkadot uses a sharding system that allows all blockchains on the Polkadot ecosystem to be custom built to fit their own use cases. The Substrate framework is built so that developers can cut down on their development time when building new blockchains in the future. It makes it very easy for developers to build these blockchains without having to know every single little detail about the blockchain. And if a developer finds the feature that they're looking for isn't available in Substrate, they can actually add it into Substrate themselves. You could actually build an entire blockchain using Substrate modules without ever having to build the blockchain yourself. Most of Polkadot's code is actually built using Substrate. I think it's only 15 or so % that's built on top of Substrate, just to add extra functionality to Polkadot itself. So let's say you're building a blockchain that only needs to transfer information and no data. You can actually remove the transactions feature from your blockchain. There are tons and tons of different functions on Substrate, so customizing your blockchain is very easy. Because of the way that most legacy blockchains were set up, updating the code causes a hard fork in the community, splitting the community between updated and unupdated users. Polkadot circumvents this issue using a transparent on-chain governance protocol, allowing them to update without causing any hard forks. Polkadot also increases the security of their blockchain and all blockchains on their ecosystem by spreading the security benefits of all the blockchains. It does this by spreading the benefits of one blockchain security to another blockchain and using it as a blanket coverage over the whole ecosystem. This means that all blockchains on the network are much more secure, even very small coins, giving them a very big incentive to join the ecosystem. For the same reason that there are no hard forks, Polkadot uses a democratic governance system. This allows anyone who owns the native currency of Polkadot, the DOT, to vote for new functions to be added to the Polkadot blockchain and to vote for community members to become leaders in the Polkadot ecosystem. Having a model like this allows the community to grow the blockchain seamlessly without having any hard forks. In the future, a new proposed feature to Polkadot, nested relay chains, will increase the amount of sharding and increase the amount of transactions per second that Polkadot is able to handle. In addition to Polkadot, the Parity Technologies team released a project called Kusama. Kusama is very similar to Polkadot, but it is a completely community-driven project, meaning that there is no development team that has any say in any of the architecture surrounding Kusama. So in the year 2021, I believe Polkadot is one of the biggest and hottest cryptocurrencies on the market. It has by far some of the most innovative technology and one of the best teams surrounding it. We can already see that it's taken off. And as more and more people start to realize how incredible Web 3.0 is and start to build more platforms on it, the growth of Polkadot is just going to grow exponentially. I believe that even with the incredible gains by Polkadot and the Polkadot community as a whole, it's going to continue to shine in 2021 as one of the most incredible cryptocurrencies that there is. So there you have it. If you liked what you saw, if you feel like you learned something, and you want to help support the channel, then leave me a like. It would really help out. And if you want more content, you can hit subscribe or the notification bell. I'll be releasing more content daily. Thanks, have a good night.